All right, we are live. Thank you to everybody who is tuning in today. My name is Emily Burds. I am the marketing coordinator at the NSCAA National Office here in Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm happy to be joined today by two of our fantastic goalkeeping instructors who are part of our goalkeeping curriculum, which we are talking about today. First up is Ms. Lisa Cole. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And next is Mike Crane. Mike, thanks for joining us. And
of course, thank you.
Perfect. And so I'm happy to have you both on today to really give some insight into our goalkeeping curriculum, because really June in the summer is perfect time to really dive into goalkeeping coaching education. And the NSCAA has so much happening for goalkeeping education this summer. June especially here coming up, we have tons of courses across the country that coaches can really dive into, and whether they're starting or whether they're looking to take that next step, we have something for everybody really here. And for those who are unaware, our goalkeeping curriculum is 4 different courses. We have our goalkeeping level 1, our level 2, and our level 3, and then our advanced national goalkeeping diploma, which is our highest goalkeeping diploma we have within the curriculum. So there's a lot to offer for coaches, whether you're just a regular coach starting out and looking to just learn how to be better about incorporating your goalkeepers, or looking to become a specialized goalkeeper coach. So the first question I want to ask our instructors here, who know better than anybody what these courses are all about, is why coaches should really take these goalkeeping courses. What is it about these courses that people should be interested in? And Lisa, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think the unique thing that the NSCAA has done is really provide goalkeeper coaches and non-goalkeeper coaches, just coaches that are looking to improve the performance of their goalkeeper, an opportunity to take these courses and figure out the cues and positioning and things that may be able to have a direct impact on their team's performance and their ability to have a better relationship with their goalkeeper. We look at not only the technical side of the position, but also dive in a little bit to the tactics and positioning, which is a key component. You change positioning of goalkeepers, and sometimes the ball will just kind of end up hitting them, and then all of a sudden they'll find more success. And we also take a look at what the psychological demands are and what you should be looking for in a goalkeeper. I think too many times in America, we're not necessarily putting the right type of players in goal, especially if you look at the characteristics of goalkeepers in the modern game. They need to be athletic. They need to be good soccer players. So we'd really dive in on the fact that they need to be playing on the field, and they have to be good with their feet. And we should, I think any coach that's interested in improving that position would be interested in what the NSCAA is offering, especially at our level 1 through 3 courses. And the Advanced National gets really into the position at elite level. How do we train elite goalkeepers, college level goalkeepers, youth national team goalkeepers, those aspiring to go to college, and even professionals.
Fantastic. And Mike, what's your take on why these are unique?
I think they're unique because they provide a different background from a coaching perspective. As Lisa just hit on, I think a lot of the courses throughout the NSCAA and beyond provide a lot of unique background from a field player standpoint. But from a goalkeeping standpoint, goalkeeper coaches are identifying and coaching different aspects of the game. And I think the NSCAA does a phenomenal job of identifying not only just the technical portions of putting together training sessions and the coaching points, but also from a individual coaching standpoints, how your coaching points are received by goalkeepers, the timing of their coaching points, which can be completely different in those different environments.
Absolutely. Well, and obviously, as we've said, as you guys have pointed out, goalkeeping should really be on the minds of every coach at every level. But what type of coaches are you looking for in these different levels in these courses, and what's, who are they really built for? Lisa, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, the level 1 goalkeeping course, which is now going to go online, is really for every coach. I think whether you're a youth coach or whether you're a coach just starting out, or even an experienced goalkeeper that maybe is looking to start to go into goalkeeper coaching, it just gives you a basic framework, terminology to get everybody kind of on the same page, goes through what a good session should look like. Tony DiCicco, who's designed all of the courses for the NSCAA, has done a good job coming up with a goalkeeper methodology in which we coach from. You look at the coach goalkeeper and what that relationship is and what kind of activities we do in that environment. We talk about coach field players and the goalkeepers and how we can create more functional training environments for goalkeepers and make sure that we're using field players that not only are serving the ball, but are also providing players with realistic game opportunities. So much of goalkeeping is about experience and decision making, but a lot of our training that we put goalkeepers in doesn't actually require them to make a decision. So, you know, I receive a ball from the coach, I slide over to the next post, I receive another ball from a coach, and then a cross comes in, I go catch the cross. Well, where's the decision on what's happening, where my positioning should be if we're putting them too much into a drill format? So we talk about that methodology of goalkeeper, field players, and coach. And then we talk a lot about how to train the goalkeeper within a team environment, changing that coaching position to behind the goalkeeper and focusing in on their decision making. And something like 80, depending on the league and the level, but somewhere between 80 and 89% of what a goalkeeper does is distribution. So we talk a lot about really focusing in on distribution and making sure coaches are coaching the goalkeeper, because distribution is a decision that's easy, whether you're a goalkeeper expert or not, to get in and really have an impact on your goalkeeper's performance. So I think those are things that people will find within the course. And I think the methodology kind of sets us apart. But level 1 is for beginners. Level 2 really dives into a little bit more technical side of breakaways. We go into crosses there. We talk about flank play. And the level 3, I always say we give them a lot in a little bit of time. That's a full weekend of really diving into the position, not only from a technical standpoint, but making sure tactically you kind of understand some of it. And then obviously advanced nationals for somebody that's really looking to work with goalkeepers or has goalkeepers that are aspiring to play at a little bit higher level and what they'll need to get there. So we've had goalkeeper coaches attend all of the courses, and we've had people that are dads of a goalkeeper attend all of the courses, and we've had coaches that are just looking to understand the position better, and even technical directors and things like that, positions like that are looking to maybe provide more direction to their goalkeeper coaches within their club.
Fantastic. And Mike, I'll turn to you. Both you and Lisa are coaching the Advanced National course happening this summer in Denver. So to piggyback on that, you know, what do you think these coaches are taking away from this course, and what kind of coaches are you looking for that course specifically?
For sure. Piggybacking off what Lisa just mentioned about the coaches, you know, I think we've both been a part of courses where it's been primarily goalkeeper backed, meaning goalkeeper coaches backed, and also field players coaches backed. I think the integration of the two presents a very unique learning environment where both sets of coaches not only get to learn from us as instructors, and as Lisa mentioned, the methodology and the curriculum and that portion, but also each other, because every set of coach, whether your background is in goalkeeping, your background is not in goalkeeping, most coaches in this day and age are being thrown into some environments where they have to interact with goalkeepers. Whether you're a youth coach, you're a college coach, or even a professional coach, you have to have some sort of interaction with goalkeepers. So hearing different perspectives of how goalkeeper coaches maybe interact with theirs, where field players may interact with them, I think definitely provides a very unique environment. I think what the Advanced National does for all the candidates is it creates an environment where integration is extremely important, where primarily we are focusing on the tactical side of the game, where we're talking about the growth of sessions, not only from a technical standpoint, but how can you integrate goalkeepers with back lines? How can you integrate goalkeepers with midfielders? How can a goalkeeper session, which could be just goalkeeper coach, grow into group goalkeeper field player? But when you get to the game, those topics of emphasis that the goalkeeper's been putting attention on for the past 30 to 45 minutes can also be shown and coached in the game environment. So that's really what the important piece is helping coaches identify in games where those environments are for goalkeepers to learn in environments that are integrated with a full team.
Okay, fantastic. And obviously great to hear your perspectives as instructors right now, people who are really coaching right now. Along with that, as we've said, there's so much goalkeeping education happening this summer with the Advanced National Goalkeeping in Denver to our level 1s, level 2s, level 3s across the country this month and throughout the summer. Why is it important for coaches to take notice of this now, and why should people jump on these opportunities this summer? Lisa, we'll start with you.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that if you look across the game at every level, the goalkeeping position is so important. I mean, goalkeepers, if they have a bad blunder, they're in the wrong spots, they cost you games. And if you can give a goalkeeper confidence and you put them in the right spots and have them playing well and deserving to play well, I think you'll see that they'll win you games, and in the middle is that they don't cost you games. So I think we can get goalkeeper coaches and coaches that come to our courses to a point where at least those goalkeepers aren't costing you games. You've put them on their ball line in the right angle arc. They're in a good spot where they can win the possession of the ball. They can make the catch, or maybe they don't always make the catch, but at least they're in the right position to have the ball hit them. And then you're seeing results for your team change and confidence grow in your goalkeepers based on just being in a better position than they were before, being able to read the game a little bit better. And a lot of goalkeeping is about confidence. And I don't think we put enough emphasis on developing that. And a lot of goalkeeping is leadership, being able to organize your back line. The best goalkeepers in the world sometimes prevent shots. They're able to provide good information, and now I don't have to deal with a breakaway because I've organized my defense properly. I don't have to deal with a cross because I've been able to get someone out to pressure the ball. So I think those things coaches can take away from the course, regardless of whether or not they're going to be doing the technical stuff with their goalkeepers. So it's a great time because you're kind of away from your team environment, especially for those people that are not necessarily goalkeeper coaches, to take a minute and improve themselves in an area that maybe isn't their expertise. And for those that are goalkeeper coaches, it's always good to make sure that you're continuing to learn and grow your craft. So getting to these coaches, whether we tell you something new or give you just a better insight on how you can maybe organize your training sessions to be more effective and include decisions. I mean, that's the biggest thing I think right now for goalkeepers in the modern game, is that we're doing a lot of drills and a lot of things that look like sometimes aerobics or gymnastics, or I don't know what they are. You have them diving over things. Can we really get back to the game in goalkeeping coaching and not be the crazy kid over in the corner, but actually be a part of the team and be functional in what we're doing with our goalkeepers? I think it's really important.
Absolutely. Mike, anything to add to that?
I would just say it's an exciting time to be around goalkeeping. That's an exciting time, not only just in our country, but probably worldwide. I think the direction, as Lisa just mentioned, the direction of the modern game and the demands of the goalkeeping position are changing every year. And I think there's a lot of great examples of veteran goalkeepers that have found ways to stay up with the modern trends. And I think that's part of our roles as coaches, is recognize the trends of the game and develop ways of teaching them. Whether that's shot stopping, integration with the team, as we mentioned before, the use of their feet with distribution, as Lisa's mentioned, the level of leadership that they're providing. I think the time when coaches used to push a goalkeeper to the side and say, your job's just to save the game, and if you deal with a shot, if you deal with one, beautiful. You deal with 9, you better save all of them, has changed. I think the role of goalkeeper when the team's in possession has changed, and vice versa. So it's just an exciting time. That if individuals are looking for more information and others that are looking to provide more information to goalkeepers, I think a lot of the courses that you mentioned give them that opportunity.
Fantastic. Well, as we said, there's courses happening across the country coming up, but for those who might not be able to make it to something, we're very excited to announce that we'll be bringing Goalkeeping 1 online here very soon this summer, so be on the lookout for that in the next few weeks. We're very excited to be launching that initiative and bringing goalkeeping to people wherever they are. And obviously, look for our courses, visit nscaa.com/education to learn more about where our courses are happening. Our Advanced National Goalkeeping course this summer with these folks is happening in Denver in July. So feel free to sign up and go see them in person. Sounds like that'll be a fun course to be at. And so I thank you both for being on today, and thank you to everyone who tuned in and is watching. We did get a question in that I do want to ask you guys. We had a question about how important do you guys think it is to have a dedicated goalkeeper coach in a club versus maybe at the grassroots or youth level? What's your take on having a dedicated goalkeeper coach? Whoever wants to answer.
Yeah, I think it's very important. I think there's a couple things that are important is that as goalkeepers or players develop, that you have a curriculum, something in line with making sure that you're teaching the right things at the right time. A lot of times, I see youth goalkeepers at 10 and 11 trying to take crosses, but the truth is, how many times do you see a cross in a U9 game or U10 game? So you're teaching them to deal with something that they're probably not going to see too much in the game, but they're going to see a ton of breakaways. Can they come when the free ball or stay big? So I think if you have a goalkeeper coach in a youth environment, they'll be able to match their game to what they're teaching and be able to better deal with that. I think it'd be great if we could get goalkeeping coaches to start training everybody in the position, in your U8 program, leading into that U9, U10 season, so that everybody has a little bit of goalkeeping. It's the only position you go, hey, somebody raise your hand, volunteer. I know you have no experience, but we're going to put you in there. And then you're going to cry when you give up your first goal, So it's a position where we kind of torture kids, and there's no reward in doing it, really. So I think if we can create a better pathway and somebody that's in your club really specializing in that is really important. I know it's hard. I know the club that I'm in, although I'm a goalkeeper coach, I have a hard time getting out and working with all of our goalkeepers, and having someone that can do that and be focused on their development within the team is really, really important, I think.
I'd also add, Emily, I also think the integration of head coaches in the process is extremely important as well. I think for too long, I think a lot of goalkeeper coaches are relied on for kind of all the feedback post games, all the feedback post training sessions. And I think, regardless of what your environment is as a club, whether you have ample resources and you can provide a full-time goalkeeper coach or multiple part-time goalkeeper coaches, I think the education process of educating all of your coaches to recognize the sensitivity of the session, but also for them to have the confidence to be able to coach goalkeepers. Because as Lisa just mentioned, it's very difficult for a goalkeeper director, whether it's in a club or whatever it is, to tailor everything to every goalkeeper's needs. So no one really understands the process better than head coaches, and I think the education of the head coaches is extremely important as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for hopping on today and for giving us a taste of what goalkeeping is all about. We hope we'll see all of you who are watching out at courses this summer. And like I said, look for these two in Denver in July. And we'll catch up with you guys soon. So thank you guys so much, and hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.